Hi, everybody. Happy Wellness Wednesday. I'm Jen Ocknan, your former Run on Duncan gal turned integrative health practitioner. And I'm here in these few days before Christmas to give you a few tips because I've been speaking to a lot of my clients or getting messages from people online, and they're talking to me about fears and concerns and worry about holiday events. Now, we are very much into the holiday Christmas party company end of year swing. But for those of you who are having a little bit of difficulty about an anxiety really going to these events because you have certain goals and you're like, I have goals, I have a plan. Yes, I know it's the holidays, but it was important for me to take control of my health. So, how do I manage all these events? Right? It can be really difficult. It absolutely can be. So, what I wanted to do is just come on for a few minutes today, keep it short. Not sure how many people are actually still working right now. We're actually traveling tomorrow to go north to see family. And for those of you who are celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. I hope we have a wonderful holiday and that you have a terrific new year. But if you still are worried about Christmas Eve parties, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve parties, because you decided it was the right time for you to take control of your health, to start eating better, to help, with symptoms of maybe hot flashes or being exhausted, tired. You wanted to focus on losing weight instead of gaining weight, right? That dreaded 5 to 7 pounds that, show up during the holidays because of all the goodies and drinks and celebrations and snacks and Christmas cookies and gingerbread and all the things, right? So let's talk, and I'm going to give you just 5 quick things to consider that will help you navigate events so that you can have a great time, right? So you can enjoy your friends, so you can enjoy your coworkers, so you can really celebrate. It is a very magical time of year. So, and this year has been extremely rough. So I think we all deserve to bring a little light, bring a little love, bring a little friendship and compassion to our holiday events. I don't want you going into them feeling guilty, right? Feeling stuck, feeling anxious, feeling upset. So, if you are on track for a plan, the first thing you have to decide when you're going to an event, like my number one tip is before you get to the event, decide how do you want to handle it? Is this going to be an event where it is a flex day, as I like to call them? Some people might call them cheat meals. I call it a flex day, right? Where you are just going to go to the event, you're going to go to the party, you're going to eat, you're going to drink, and you're going to be merry, and that's it. Or you make the decision that you are going to, quote unquote, try and stay on plan, enjoy a few nibbles, a few sips, a few treats, but stay on plan and be healthy. Just make that decision before you even get to the event. Because once you decide that, then the rest is easy, right? So that is my number one tip, my first tip. Make a decision before you go to the event. What is it going to be for you, right? So my second tip is around alcohol. So you decide you're going to go into the event and you want to keep it on the healthy side, right? That's what all the rest of these tips are going to be focused on. So if you want to do that, then definitely I recommend being very hydrated, right? Drinking a lot of water throughout the day. And then between every alcoholic drink, have a glass of water. Super simple, right? You can make it sparkling water and put a lime in it if you want to deal with maybe drink pushers who are pushing you to have a drink. You're like, I got my G&T right here, right? No problem. So definitely stay hydrated. The other thing that's great right now is there's a ton of very popular low calorie options that you can enjoy, right? If you're a beer drinker, there's, Mick Ultras galore, right? There's also really fun drinks like Truly right now, that the Truly brand of canned cocktails that are very good. You can go the bubble route, right? I love a good glass of bubbles, whether it's sparkling rosé or a sparkling white. very, very few calories, maybe 80, 60 to 80 calories a glass. And, on the light side, and certainly very, very festive, right? Drop a little raspberry in there or a little strawberry in there, and it looks so pretty. And it always makes me feel like we're having a festive time. So, what you need to worry about really for drinks, from the type of drink that you're consuming, is watch out for those holiday cocktail blends. A lot of cocktail mixes, right? If they're using the pre-mix, they're going to be full of sugar, right? It's going to be full of crap and stuff that you don't need. And having a lot of sugar with a lot of alcohol, that is a recipe for a sleepless night as your body tries to break down the alcohol, and then the sugar, is just keeping you up. So you're going to wake up in the morning and you're not going to feel very good. So if there is a special holiday cocktail, keep it to one and then switch to something else, or just avoid it altogether, right? You can have a sip, put it down, give it to somebody else, and just kind of move on. So really, that's I think the most important alcohol tip is just really watch out for those mixed drinks. If you want to have a mixed drink, and the best way to do it really is to keep it clear. Clear alcohol is the lowest in terms of sugar and calories. You can add, some sparkling water to it, add a slice of lemon and lime, and you're good to go. Okay. So just watch the type of drink that you're drinking and how many drinks that you're drinking. Really kind of a 2-drink limit is generally best. And just making sure that you're very hydrated and that those drinks are lower calorie, lower sugar. Okay. Now, the third tip I have for you is all about party placement. So, if you're going to an event and it's like a stand-up cocktail event, you've got high tops everywhere, right? Everybody's, looking good, just come out of work, they've got their drink in hand, right? If you're going to pick a high top as a place to plant, put your purse, drop your coat, etc., do not put it right in front of or in close proximity to the buffet. Right? Pick a location that's much further away. That way you're not continually tempted just by the pure proximity of all the food, right? That's just smart. If it's out of sight, it's out of mind. Focus instead on sipping and talking and greeting and spending time with your coworkers. Okay. Now, my fourth tip, let's start talking about food, right? So, one of the best things that you can do is, if there's waiters going around and they're passing hors d'oeuvres, don't just keep taking and then eating, right? Because then you kind of lose track of how much you have consumed. You're better off to get a small plate. And if there's like a buffet or whatnot, just kind of fill that small plate and just eat from that, and then take a break for a while. Don't kind of keep that mindless munching as you're going out through the event, because you're going to lose track of what you're consuming and you're probably going to consume more than you want to. Now, my last tip is about what to put on that plate, right? So you want to make sure that there is as much vegetables as possible. Vegetables are always good. Get all that color on there. Pick things that are kind of leaner meat choices, and maybe avoid the things that are fried, like if this fried spring rolls or fried egg rolls or things like that go around, or something that's very heavily sauced. Just keep those off your plate entirely. Or if you want to have one and then just be done with it, right? Or even have a bite and just put it down and don't finish it, right? It's all about balance here, because a balanced plate, where you've got 4 to 6 ounces of protein, 2 servings of veggies, and maybe a half a cup to a cup of starch. That's your normal dinner balanced plate, right? So your cocktail plate, you want to try and mimic that and just make it, smaller portions. That's all. And I guess my bonus tip, to kind of finish this live up, is in terms of food pushers or drink pushers, because they're everywhere, whether it's your mom, or, that's that aunt, or somebody who, maybe if it's not a work event, right, the aunts brought the special dish. What you can say is, hi, Mr. David Britton, very Christmassy. Thank you. Yes, I wore the hat with the ponytail here. So you want to, here's the thing with food and drink pushers, right? Especially if they're family. You don't owe anybody an excuse or a reason to why you're not having something. It's none of their business. And you really don't want to get into it anyway, right? It just causes a big thing and a big conversation, and it puts attention on you and your changing goals in a way that could spiral. Right? Because unfortunately, a lot of us, when we try to make healthy choices, it threatens the people around us and they try and question our choices or question our, just the way they're questioning can make us question our own confidence, right? So if you have a food or a drink pusher, one of the quickest things to do, you can say is, oh, thank you very much, and just take it and then change the subject and don't really try it, right? Keep it on your plate. Nobody's going to know, right? Nobody's going to know at all. Or if you can say, they come up and they offer you food or drink and say, oh my gosh, I have this thing right here. I will absolutely get to that next. That looks amazing. That's so delicious. How are you? How are the kids? What's going on? Ask questions, right? It's a great way to deflect. So and again, if you are, say, drinking and you've got your sparkling water and lime in hand and somebody pushes your drink, say, thanks, I already got one, right? Nobody knows. Nobody's going to sample your drink to find out if it's a gin and tonic or if it's just sparkling water and lime. The trick is to be confident, to deflect, and to move on. Don't let it panic you. I think a lot of the first time anxiety about things like this is panic. Somebody tries to push a big piece of, gingerbread with whipped cream in your face, and you're like, oh, what should I do? Take it, take a small bite, keep talking. Nobody cares if you eat the whole thing, if you finish your plate. You're not 5 years old and you're not, it's not like you can't leave the table unless you finish your plate. Okay. They just want you to try it. They brought something to the event. They want to share it, right? It's important to them. So make Aunt Bessie happy. Whoever it is, I had Aunt Doris, right? When I was growing up, just try a small bite and deflect and start talking to them. Don't let the food pushers or the drink pushers derail you from point number one, what your plan for that event was. Right? So just a super quick recap, and then I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I've got some last minute appointments, and then I'm finishing packing, going to a play tonight, and then hitting the plane to go home to Maine tomorrow. So number one, before you get to the event, decide on what you're going to do. Is it a flex night and you're just going to eat, drink, and be merry and get back on your plan tomorrow? Or are you going to go into it with the intention of being more healthy? Right? Number two, alcohol. Make a decision. Are you going to drink or are you not going to drink? If you are going to drink, make sure you're hydrated throughout the day. Every other drink, have it be water, and avoid lots of mixed drinks that have maybe pre-packaged drink mixes that are full of sugar and chemicals and nastiness, which is not going to make you feel good. Stick with something low calorie, Trulies, or a sparkling wine, sparkling rosé, glass of red wine, and just be done with it. Right? Number three, in terms of placement at the party, right? If it's an event with high tables, plant yourself away from the buffet, right? Or if it is one where waiters are passing plates of food, just keep a small plate in front of you, put the item on the plate. That way you can really kind of keep track of what you're eating. Don't just grab everything that comes around from the serving tray and eat it. And then you're like, well, I don't really remember what I ate, right? Fourth and the last tip, really around what you're actually eating, try and make it balanced, right? Have some veggie, right? There always seems to be some sort of veggie platter. If there's hummus, that's a great option. Pick things like chicken skews, maybe that aren't deep fried. Stay away from deep fried things, or just try like a simple bite of them, right? Spring rolls, egg rolls, those type of things, wontons that we see. Those are higher calorie, higher fat items, right? Generally, they're not very good to eat anyway, right? Lots of times they're soggy and cold, which is black. And then my bonus tip is for your food and drink pushers, just don't make a big deal out of it. Smile, either accept what they're having and have a small bite and then deflect, keep talking, walk away, or just say, oh my gosh, that looks so great. I just tried this. I'm going to get that next, right? And then just keep going. It's all about being confident in the choice that you've made for yourself at this event. So I hope that helps you navigate the rest of the holiday events that you have coming up this year. And please don't forget, if you like these tips, if you've enjoyed my tips and my posts that I've shared throughout the year, I am open for enrollment for Q1, January, New Year, New You spots in my Fatigue to Fabulous program. I'll be off until the 26th, but you can use the link that I'll put at the bottom of this to book an appointment. We can have a consultation and I can get you set up for success for the new year. Thank you so much, everybody. If you're watching this on the replay, put hashtag replay, and I'd love to know, did you try any of these tips or tricks? How did it work out for you? What other situations did you encounter that you would like me to give you some tips on? I'd love to hear from you. Take care, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and have a terrific rest of your week. Bye-bye.